craft with Shadow Wrap, it's a jerk bait that's gonna perfectly shadow that dying bait fish action.
And when they're dying, they kick up and they fall back down real slow like.
It's not an instant process. They just kind of slowly fade off towards the bottom.
And this does a better job of imitating those natural movements than any other jerkbait I've ever seen.
You know, that bait being flat-sided, it gives it a pronounced dart and a wobble to it that you can't get out of a round bait. It just doesn't happen.
And there's a couple really special things about this bait, but they're all tied into one word, and that's movement. The way this bait moves in the water.
It has the ultimate side-to-side fluttering action.
The bait will go this way, it'll go that way, it'll stop, it'll hang right in that fish's face.
It starts slowly fading down.
And then it's gonna kick back and forth like it's got a little bit of life, and then
It's gonna do a lot of side-to-side darting without a lot of forward motion.
On the pause, it's always going to kind of right itself with the roll and then fade slowly out of the picture, fade into the shadows.
when you jerk this bait on a semi-slack line, this bait on the right twitch will actually spin.
Do a 180-degree turn and face and look right at the fish in the face if he's following it.
And when you jerk it back the other way, it spins all the way back around the other direction. And that's gonna keep it in the strike zone for a long time.
But what makes this particular bait unique is it does what I call the death quiver. And any lure that does the death quiver is definitely gonna get you more bites.
A lot of times you need to be able to adapt to where the fish are living. And so you need a bait that's gonna get a little bit deeper. So that's why we've got both sizes, the Shadow Wrap and then the Shadow Wrap Deep.
You know, there's a couple differences between the Shadow Wrap and the Shadow Wrap Deep. You know, the main difference is the bill size.
It's truly the size of the lip which makes the Shadow Wrap Deep run 6 to 8 feet on a standard retrieve, and the regular Shadow Wrap runs about 4 feet deep. The Shadow Wrap Deep also will sit a little bit more nose down in the water.
So it's gonna kick that bait down, which also allows it to dive just a little bit deeper.
So they both have the same erratic, unbelievable jerkbait action. It just gives you two different choices for the depth of fish you're holding in. I mean, from California to Canada to South Florida, I think this jerkbait will work just about all seasons of the year.
And it's not only necessarily a bass bait. You know, you can catch big northern pike on it, big walleye. I mean,
It's all predator species, you know, whether it's pike, muskie, walleye, smallmouth, largemouth.
For sure, a 4-season bait and a big bass killer.
You can fish this bait anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, because it's perfectly shadowing that dying bait fish action.
There are obviously times where it'll excel, but this is a tool that I can use to catch a bass any day of the week, anywhere we go.
It's the Shadow Wrap.